morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our chamber check-in. I am Rachel Bishop. I am the Membership Services Manager at the LA Metro Chamber of Commerce. And these chamber check-ins are a Facebook Live event that we offer to our new chamber investors. So if you're a new chamber investor and we haven't contacted you yet, we will be. Today, our chamber check-in is at Groups Recover Together. They're located at 217 Main Street in Lewiston, and we are talking with Sarah Parnell. She is the regional manager here, and Sarah is going to take a few minutes to talk about this huge opiate epidemic that the nation is dealing with and the part that Groups Recover Together plays in that.
Absolutely, thank you so much. So Groups is a company that was founded about 5 years ago. Our founder was attending, his name is Jeff DeFlavio. He was attending medical school at Dartmouth in New Hampshire, and pretty quickly realized, seeing people in the ER coming through, that there was really a problem. There was a lack of access to treatment for people struggling with substance use disorder, whether it be that there just wasn't anything around, or they were uninsured, or they were waitlist. There were just all sorts of barriers. And so he decided to create this company that would take down those barriers. So we are low cost, we are affordable, we plan to never have a wait list. When we get really full, actually, I was looking at lists this morning where we're running out of space with groups and stuff. We just hire more counselors, hire more office coordinators, hire more physicians to work with us so that we can always just allow people to come through the door. We try to make it accessible that way. So we also have it's outpatient medication-assisted treatment. For those that don't know, that means it's an hour of group counseling every week in combination with a weekly prescription of Suboxone. So we do the counseling here on site. We send prescriptions to the pharmacy where the members fill them. And to get their prescription for the next week, they have to attend their counseling. They have to give us a urine drug screen. Because really the focus for us is we want the Suboxone to become more of a medication, like any other medication you would take every day. And we want the focus to be on the counseling, sort of learning to change your mindset, learn new coping skills, learn new habits so that you don't repeat your past behaviors. So it's 1 hour of counseling once a week. We do accept most all major insurances. We're proud to say that in March, we started accepting MaineCare through the Opiate Health Home Program, which is a grant program that the state has. And we are the largest enroller of people in the Opiate Health Home Program. I think we have over 500 members enrolled in that now. And we also, though, are really happy to say that we accept people who don't have insurance. So if you do not have any type of insurance, our program is $65 a week plus the cost of medication. That includes your therapy, that includes the doctor's time, that includes your urine drug screen. It's one cost. So it's affordable, it's low cost, and we have groups at night, groups in the morning, so that people can work. Because our ultimate goal is to taper people off of medication. Once they learn through our program, the program's 18 to 24 months for most people, taper them off, get them back to work, and to make sure that they are productive members of society.
Do you offer a payment plan for those that don't have insurance?
We don't have any sort of like sliding scale fee. We do have a limited number of slots in each of our offices. Again, through a grant with the state, it's called the Opiate Health Home Uninsured Program, where we have, like I said, we have a limited number of slots for each office, and if people who qualify for that program, basically the only qualification is that you have to have no insurance at all, and have a financial need, so even making the $65 is a struggle for you each week. We can enroll them into that program, and it will cover both the cost of the treatment every week as well as the cost of medication. So it makes it completely free.
That's great. Speaking of offices, I know we were talking earlier and you said currently you have no wait list here.
Correct.
You have many offices just in the state of Maine.
We currently have 9 offices in Maine, mostly up the coast right now. They go from Biddeford up to Calais and Machias, specifically Biddeford, Portland, Augusta, Farmington, Lewiston, Rockland, I always have to think about it on a map, Ellsworth, Calais, and Machias, and we are hoping to open a few more. But the no wait list is actually across the company. We're actually in 7 states now across the country, and none of them, our goal is to never have a wait list in any of them.
That's great. And like you said, you cover, you accept most insurances. I think there's a list on your website, as well as the best way to contact you. What is the website?
Website is www.joingroups.com. It's a pretty great, it's both good if you're looking for treatment or you are looking to, if you know somebody that might need treatment. It tells a lot about who we are, how we started, where our locations are. And the best way to get a hold of us, whether it's day or night, is our 800 number. It's 1-800-683-8313, and that is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And we had talked about that earlier. When they call that phone number, they have access to a scheduling line or an intake line?
Yep, we have intake specialists that run that line. They are trained crisis counselors. So for new members looking to get into treatment or to find out about it, they have access to the schedules of all of our offices across the country. And so they can schedule an intake at any point. We also try to make sure those intakes happen somewhere between, sometimes they can be as early as the next day, but never more than 7 days out. We try and get people in within about 72 hours is our sort of average. But they can schedule it, whether they call at 3 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They can schedule an intake appointment anywhere. That line is also though used for our current members as a crisis line if they need additional support after hours.
I can only imagine that reaching that decision, that point where, okay, I need to get some help, that's a pretty crucial decision. And when you make that, it's one of those, I'm going to do it now, or I'm not going to do it.
Absolutely. It's a really small window. When somebody gets to the point and realizes they need help or they're ready for it, there's a really small window between when getting them into treatment or they're going to end up back on the street potentially using something else, and worst case scenario, getting something they weren't expecting and overdosing. So that's why we try really hard to get people in just as quickly as possible. We definitely have people that are, definitely always go to our top of our priority list if you are a pregnant female or things like that, or homeless, things that we definitely try and get them in quickly so that we can make sure that we keep them inside of that window. And again, we just keep, if it looks like our intake slots are filling up, people will, at the intake line, will call us and say, hey, it looks like you're filling up, and we just try and find ways to open more. We're always trying to accommodate and do what we can to get people through the door.
So what makes groups different than any other treatment program?
I think there's a few things. I think the fact that, we are accessible, we try and be here all the time, but we really focus. Our name kind of says it all. Our name used to actually be Recover Together, but everybody always said, hey, I'm going to groups, I'm headed to groups. So we sort of changed it because that's really our focus. Our focus is on the group therapy and the community that comes with it. People pick one group when they start here and they stay with that group the entire time that they're in treatment. And so the groups are capped at 10, so they're small, but those 10 members really become a cohesive team, and they really become a great support network for each other. So we're not just handing out a medication, we're teaching them new coping skills, we're teaching them relapse prevention, but we're also helping them create this secondary sort of family and support network. To really, because 1 hour of counseling a week or 4 hours of counseling a week isn't going to be enough. You need to really have those outside supports.
Right, so kind of creating that second family, a bond, somebody to lean on when you're not in group.
Absolutely.
Which is, really excellent. On the website, I noticed that it says your treatment model is built around 5 pillars: personal transformation, medical science, purpose, community, accountability. You have doctors on staff. Is it the doctors that run the groups? It is
it's not. The doctors sit in on the group with the members that they sort of prescribe for, sort of the ones that they are responsible for once a month. Our groups are all run by either by alcohol and drug counselors, either CADC, which is a certified alcohol and drug counselor, or an LADC, which is a licensed alcohol and drug counselor. So somebody who has a lot of training in addiction and counseling. So they're getting really good quality therapy, good quality treatment that is going to help them recover. And the doctor's visit is once a month. It's part of the group session, so they don't have to have a separate visit every month, so it can accommodate them if they have a tough work schedule. I'd say probably 70% of our members are working, which is huge. So we try to accommodate that. And the physicians, are there to help with any medication changes it need or any other health concerns.
Great. So we've covered a lot of information. If you are recovering or you know somebody that could benefit from the program, again, the Lewiston office is at 217 Main Street in Lewiston. Their website is
joingroups.com.
And the best phone number to use?
800-683-8313.
So thank you for joining us, everyone. Sarah, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And have a good day.